D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them and come up with your own opinion, or you can just watch this video where I break it all down, and then you just go about your way. Before I get started, though, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine usually get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So why don't we go ahead and get started? And so for my first story of this week, it looks like The Witches of Eastwick is getting a remake. Woo! A remake, sorry, woo. Now, right now it's in development, but it's based off of a novel written by John Updike and came out in 1984. And then there was a movie in 1987, which starred Cher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon, and Jack Nicholson. I actually really like that movie a lot. That's why I'm doing this story, because I love that movie. It's so good. And like Cher and Michelle Pfeiffer's so hot in it, and Cher's great and all that good. It's all good. It's all good. So this is going to be put out by Warner Brothers. Now, they've hired Ninja Thyberg to direct, or to write, sorry. And she recently did the movie Pleasure, which is not out yet. Right now it's on the festival circuit. So we'll see when that comes out, if she's any good at her craft. And I have no thoughts on her because I've never seen anything she's done. In fact, it looks like this Pleasure thing is the first like big thing that she's done. So it's not quite sure if they're clear if they're going to adapt the original screenplay written by Michael Christopher. I think that's how you say his last name, or if they're going to adapt the more closer to the Updike version of which is the novel, John Updike. If they're going to do his closer to the novel or that movie from the 1987. Now, it would suggest that the path forward they'd be likely adapting the Updike novel directly. And Warner Brothers and HBO Max and The Witches would provide a clear distinction between the new version and the beloved original. Now, The Witches of Eastwick is set in a fictional town of Eastwick, Rhode Island in the late 1960s, and centers on 3 women: Alexandria Spofford, Jane Smart, and Suki Rogemont, who discover that they had supernatural powers after their respective marriages ended. Their peaceful coven is upset by the arrival of Daryl Van Horn, who buys a neglected mansion outside of the town. He seduces each of the women, causing a minor scandal in town while their powers continue to blossom. As their power grows, they unknowingly bewitch the people of Eastwick, leading to serious consequences. When Daryl suddenly marries a much younger woman, the witches decide to use their magic to take revenge, and things get dark and weird. Like I said, I love the original movie. It's so good. I've never read the book, so I don't know, all the differences, but I love the movie. My favorite part is like, there's this part where they're like chewing up grapes, and then they spit it on this like voodoo doll that they made of him, and he like starts throwing up. I was like, it's gross, but it's funny at the same time. Like I was like, oh, that's so gross, but funny. And like I said, Thyberg, sorry, her name is Thyberg. I think I said Thyberg earlier, or oh gosh, I don't know how to say this woman's last name. It's Thyberg. Like I said, she's got the movie on the festival market, Pleasure, and everything. So we'll see how that turns out, and if she's, like I said, any good at her craft. And hopefully it is, because like I said, I love the Witches of Eastwick, that movie. And I really think that this sounds like a good idea. And I'm all in. I'm here for this and everything. Who doesn't love magic, even though magic's not real? Okay, so that's my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, and this is really exciting, Magic the Gathering is getting an animated series. That's right, you guys, get a new animated series over at Netflix. Now, Brandon Routh is going to be the lead role. And if you don't know who Brandon Routh is, he was in the 2006 version of Superman Returns. He played Superman. I didn't think he was too bad as Superman. it's like whatever. And then most recently, he was on the TV show Legends of Tomorrow, where he was one of the main leads on there, and he played the Atom, Ray Palmer. So yeah, now no plot details have been given. Except for the fact that Routh's character's name is Gideon Jura. I think that's how you say the last name. I don't know what he is or whatnot. And so Magic the Gathering, if you didn't know, is a tabletop card game and was created by Richard Garfield and first released in 1993. Since then, the game has spawned a digital game, a esports league, comic book series, and best-selling novel. It has been published in 11 languages in over 70 countries. And I just have to say, I used to play this game a lot during the 90s. I mean, I wasn't there right when 1993 happened and everything. I didn't get the first two. I can't remember what they were called. I think they were called Alpha and Beta, the first two series of cards that came out. But I was there for Ice Age. If you are a Magic the Gathering person, I never played the video games or any of the other stuff. I've never read the comic books, nothing except I played the card game way when I was younger. And I stopped around middle school just because, I found other interests and stuff like that. But I did like it. It was super fun. It was a great game. Like I said, I got in on Ice Age when that first came out, and it was so great. It was so great. I loved that game. And I think that this sounds promising. I mean, I know that I'll be watching it when it comes out. And I like Brandon Routh. I think he's, a decent actor. He's not like the best actor on the planet, but he's pretty decent. I like him in Scott Pilgrim versus the World and everything. He was pretty good there. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I'm all in for this. I think it sounds great. And who doesn't love, wizards and magic and all this other kind of stuff? Who doesn't love that stuff, huh? Who doesn't? I know, weirdos, right? So that is my second story of the week. If you don't like that stuff, you're not a weirdo. But okay, so for my third and final story of the week, so it looks like The Old Guard on Netflix, which was successful, is getting a sequel, and they've hired a director. Now it has, it was very successful for Netflix, and it's getting a sequel. And who doesn't want a sequel after that ending? I mean, who wouldn't want one? I mean, when what's her face shows up, you're all like, what, and everything. So this sequel is moving forward, which sounds really excited. And it was previously directed by Gina Prince. And she will not be returning as director for this one, but she is going to stay on as a producer for the sequel and everything. Now, Greg Rucka is going to write this one. He's returning as the writer for this movie, so he's going to write the screenplay and everything. But they've hired Victoria Mahoney to direct. Now, who is Victoria Mahoney? She directed episodes of The Lovecraft Country, Queen Sugar, and You. Now, I haven't seen Queen Sugar, and I've only seen first season of You because you know how it is when you're busy and you're trying to catch up on all your shows, and the shows that you don't catch up on, they get pushed to the back of the line and then eventually forgotten. And that's what happened to You, which I'm hoping to get back because I did like the first season. But anyways, I didn't care for Lovecraft Country. It was too convoluted for me. I was like, what is going on here? This is just crazy weird and all that stuff. But, to each their own. If you liked it, great. Now, she's not famous, but she was pretty, she got her name out there because she was the second unit director on Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Now, granted, Rise of Skywalker sucked and everything, but that doesn't mean that she's not talented or could direct this movie on her own. So I'm not, and the same thing, like I didn't care for Lovecraft Country, but that doesn't mean that she didn't do a good job directing it. That stuff was fine. It's all story-wise there for me. But anyways, so now, like I said before, now the core cast will be returning for this one, and that is Charlize Theron, KiKi Layne, Matthias Schottenzarts. I said that wrong. Marwan Kinzari, Luca Marinelli. Oh, I hope I said that right. Victoria Ngo, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. And they're all going to be reprising their roles in this movie. They're going to be returning. If you remember, if you did see the movie, sorry if I spoiled the beginning of there when I told I kind of ruined it, but not really. I really didn't ruin it, but whatever. I liked the first movie. I thought it was bad ace. The music in that movie was superb. I liked all the songs played in that movie. The action was great. The story was pretty good. You die and you get brought back to life, but you don't live forever. I really liked that concept. I thought it was great. It was just good. It was a good. I enjoyed that movie. I never read the comic book that they wrote to go along with it, but I'm pretty sure I don't need to. So those are my 3 stories of this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about this? I mean, how do you feel about the Witches of Eastwick getting a remake? Are you excited about this like I am? Or are you not excited about this? Do you think it's just stupid to keep remaking all these stories? But somebody said the other day in a podcast, The Council, which I would listen to, they said, they keep remaking these movies because newer generations aren't going to go back and watch these great films from the past. They want the newer version of it. And I think that made a lot of sense. But I just hope they don't ruin the Witches of Eastwick. I mean, if they do the book instead of like the movie did where it's different, that's fine. But I just hope that they don't sully the greatness that was the movie from 1987, The Witches of Eastwick, because I love that movie. It's so good. It still holds up, even though the fashion and stuff. It's still so good. How do you feel about Magic: The Gathering becoming an animated series on Netflix? I think this sounds exciting too. I think this is really good. I love Magic: The Gathering. I'm not sure what kind of animation style they're going to go with. If they're going to go with like that, like the World of Warcraft kind of animation, which is like that 3D, or if they'll go with like, say, a Blood of Zeus with Powerhouse, I believe the animation company is for that. If they'll go with that like more anime kind of looking style, because I like Powerhouse, they do a great job and everything. Or if it will just be maybe they'll do stop motion. Stop motion is my favorite, but we'll see about that. And good job for Brandon Routh. I'm happy for him. I wish nothing but the best for people. So I really hope that he succeeds in this, and I hope it's a good show, because like I said, I loved that card game growing up as a kid, and and I like Brandon Routh. He seems like a pretty good dude. And then how do you feel about the old guard hiring Victoria Mahoney to direct this sequel? Now, did you like the first movie? Did you not like the first movie? Who was your favorite character in there? It has to be Charlize Theron. She's so badass. I love her. She's so hot. She's so smart. Go watch some like in-depth interviews with her. She's so smart. I love it. It's so great. And she's such a smart business-wise lady. You just and she seems like a really good mom too. I'm sorry. I'm getting into this thing. I'm like kissing her butt for no reason whatsoever. So those are my 3 stories, you guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that geek what icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.